Namaskar, I am Meena Bhatnagar. This time I have taken a question on corona disease. I had in my previous video taken a question in January 2020 about this disease, and that is the time the disease had not spread so badly as it did later. And basing on that prashna, which I analyzed through Krishnamurti Paddhati, I had predicted that the disease will spread around the world. The video also explained the signs, symptoms, and the outbreak of corona and all the details much before it took over the world. Here's a link for the YouTube video. In my reading in the end, I had also mentioned that the vaccine will be developed by a woman, because on the treatment side, there were female planets. So the vaccine was developed by Katalin Kariko with Dr. Drew Weissman, and it was a scientific and a medical miracle because they have gone very different in their research and manufacturing and developing this vaccine. And this is much different than the regular way we make vaccine. So according to the prashna, the disease intensity continued till July 2021, and so did the fatalities. The disease still lingers on, holding many countries to its ransom. Though it is getting under control with lesser deaths, but we are still under its influence. I follow Krishnamurti Paddhati, and those who want to study this question can also read my books, which is based on Krishnamurti Paddhati, The Unlocking Time Prediction through Krishnamurti Paddhati, Unlocking Love Marriage Divorce through Krishnamurti Paddhati, and the Samay Ka Purva Alokan Krishnamurti Paddhati ke dwara. All these books are available as e-books on Amazon and also as hard copies. So now I have asked this question almost after 2 years, that when will this end? And for this, I have asked the divine a question, that when will we free of this catastrophe? The horoscope is on the next slide, and those who want to study this can take the details of the prashna. The prashna is taken on 9th of November 2021 at 9 o'clock 9 minutes. And the question is that when will corona end from this world? The planetary explanations of this chart. So in this chart, the sickness house is the 6th house in any natal chart. And in this, the sickness house relates to the Mercury. Mercury in the Kal Purush or the time chart is the natural ruler of 3rd and the 6th house. The 3rd talks about the air pipe, breathing disease, and diseases relating to the upper body respiratory issues. The 6th house is the natural house of sickness. So this indicates that we are talking about disease and the planet is taking up the related houses. He's also the Lagna Lord or the Ascendant Lord. And the Ascendant he's taking Gemini, which indicates that Gemini is a dual sign. And the dual sign in Gemini, we can see human twins. So this disease is affecting humans. It is interesting to note that we had almost the same similarities in January 2020 when I took the questions. The planets were the same and the indications were the same. So here again, through his star, he connects to Rahu. That is the 12th house. Rahu is capable in blowing things out of proportion, making them bigger. Because Rahu is a malefic planet, and also he creates illusions, he makes things bigger than they are in fact. But here, in the case of medicine, Rahu and Mercury together relate here. And to Rahu, we also see the aspect of Jupiter. So when Jupiter looks at Rahu, he makes those influences, those significations bigger, larger. So we know that the disease is big. It's not on a small scale, it's on a big scale. The Jupiter is the biggest benefic in the solar system for us astrologers, and it is also a very big planet also. So in the readings, the Mercury also relates to Saturn. Saturn is in the 8th house. The 8th house is known as the house of longevity. By longevity, we try to read what is the lifespan, less or more. So Saturn is sitting in the house of longevity. The basic nature, the intrinsic nature of Saturn is slow, long-lasting, and in case of medical, it is chronic, and it has a very lingering nature, which means whatever impact or whatever significations he has picked up in the chart will go on for a long time. Rahu is in the 12th house, so this indicates that there is a hospitalization, there is a treatment, people have to go to hospital and medicine. Hospitalization is seen from the 12th house, and Saturn, that is indicative of death, long-lasting and lingering problems, indicates the 8th house. So this means that this disease is just not going to vanish off. It will linger on, there will be hospitalizations, there will be delays, there will be treatment, and it will go on for some time more. So that is the chart, part of the chart that indicates what kind of problem we are having. The second part of chart is that will it end? Will we get freedom from this? So to understand cure, the natal chart is indicative, in the 5th house is indicative of cure. The 5th house of natal chart in Kal Purush has Leo, and the sun is the natural ruler of this. Here the 5th house relates to Rahu, and Rahu relates to sun. So Rahu is in 12th house, the house of hospitalization, but Rahu relates to sun in the 5th house. Now that's good news, because the 5th house is the main house of recovery. Sun is the natural karak of health, and also is a karak of the 5th house because he is the healer. The sun is the most important planet for us. The planet sun is also believed to be the Dhantvari, which is the healer of this universe. The Ketu is in 6th house, and it relates to the house of cure, which means that disease will continue. And we know that viruses don't die off just like that, they stay on. So let us see what further our Prashna says. So it says that it will never go off forever, because we also have the 6th house. The present dasha is the dasha of sun. The Dasha Lord Sun is very well placed, and that promises healing. The Dasha is up to 2030. So studying the planetary position, I feel that this disease will almost die after mid of 2023, which means we are still under its grip, and we should be careful and not go easy on our precautions. After that, I feel that the infections may be mild or strong, but deaths will reduce drastically. The planets are very promising, and I hope that we'll be free of this. Of course, all the world's governments, medical teams, and all the doctors and scientists have worked so hard and given us great freedom from this. So, God willing, we will be free of this devastating death inflicting curse of Corona. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe my channel. Kindly press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you.